We left the fence at our backs and let the dark eat the last of the camp. The camp mast stayed behind us. What ran on our left now was the utility line, steady and indifferent. I kept those pylons in the edge of my eye like a guardrail. Nobody said safe. That word bends when you lean on it. I listened for our footsteps and for anything that didn't sound like us. Cold dirt, old metal on the tongue. The road was ours only so long as we didn't announce it. Holt set a pace you can hold without burning lungs, like he knew this ground by heart. Every few minutes he thumbed a compass, short glance, back to the path. Amber matched me step for step. The soft scuff of her heel kept time in my head. Mara cinched her shoulder straps until nothing clattered and settled into a quiet rhythm of breath. I counted spans between pylons and let the pattern calm my hands. We didn't talk. At night, extra words travel farther than you want. The right-of-way sagged into low ground, and the air cooled in a way you feel in your ankles. I heard water before I saw it. A steady run that said the path had opinions about our shoes. Rocks shifted like they'd been waiting for a bad step, and I adjusted without involving pride. The smell of wet stone told me we were close to the problem. A short, swallowed sound cut across the brush. Somebody trying not to make a bigger noise than they already had. We froze the way animals do, bodies obeying the rules before brains catch up. I let my eyes move first. The brush held its shape, then you could see it. Two forms pressed down in the dark, where the path doesn't look. Holt's jaw set in that way that means he's counting variables. A woman knelt with an arm around a man shaking like the heat had leaked out of him. No blood, no obvious break. Just the wrong kind of cold that settles behind your bones. The woman's face was all focus, no panic, but the edge of it waited. His teeth clicked in a rhythm I wanted to interrupt. We didn't ask if they needed help. The answer was already showing. We worked soft and small so the night didn't have to swallow extra. Mara unpacked steady hands and clean tape, swapped wet for dry, wrapped him tight so the heat he had left wouldn't wander. I passed our last chemical heat pack and tried not to think about how many times it could have saved us later. Holt blocked the wind with his back and kept watch without looking like a guard. Amber kept her head on a swivel and her voice parked. We didn't add a word we didn't need. 10 minutes in borrowed warmth can change a face. The shaking eased to a tremor. His breath stopped sounding like it belonged to someone else. He tried to say thanks and it came out as air. That fit the night. We pointed them east with directions you give when you mean well, but can't afford to be heroes. No promises, no later. Just a way that didn't cross ours. We did a pocket check without ceremony. 2 protein bars split 4 ways, half a canteen, 1 bandage left. Holt's pouch held the small miracles. Wire, a clamp, a few screws. The kind that fixed problems you don't know yet. Amber's lighter worked if you treated it gentle and didn't ask twice. Mara had a tiny notebook with numbers I didn't read. We trust each other in different ways. Not much, but honest. Honest isn't nothing. A glint at shin height across the path. Not factory, hands and time. A tin rattle hung off a stake to make the brush talk if we got lazy. Holt pointed with 2 fingers, one at a time. See it, respect it, step clean. We went over heel to toe, one at a time, like the wire deserved manners. Amber breathed through her nose and cleared it like she'd practiced. Mara lifted her knees just enough to make space, never dragging the pack where something could remember. My pulse climbed into my fingers. I told it to wait its turn. We cleared it. The only noise left was inside my chest. The ground gave 2 more soft notes, closer this time, like a latch settling under our boots. A shallow puddle twitched twice and went still. Nails in an old post ticked and shut up. Holt tipped his head the smallest degree. He heard it too and didn't have a name for it. We didn't try to explain it. Not everything needs our voice on it. We took the last careful pull from the canteen. It tasted like old plastic and relief in equal parts. No one asked for more. There wasn't more, and asking makes it smaller. Mara wiped the rim with her sleeve. Old habit still feels like respect. We held the moment long enough to remember we were still moving. We came upon the first settlements on the outskirts of Brookside. We walked up on the porch of one house, and two guys with guns met us on the porch. They kept their rifles pointed low, but that still counts. Holt spoke first because his voice sounds like someone worth listening to. "We're from the tower camp," he said. They didn't ask how. Everyone already knows how things fall apart these days. He stepped aside. "Come on, council needs a look at you." The council rep held a flashlight like a badge. "Any bites? Any sickness?" We shook our heads. "What can you do for Brookside?" she asked. "Survival makes resumes real simple." "We fix what's broken," Holt said. Amber nodded. Mara stayed alert. I said the only thing that mattered: we don't quit. We nodded like we understood the terms. Trust isn't free. Beds aren't either. They showed us a side room and shut the door. Not locked, just closed politely. Mara waited at the door, listening. Voices outside kept trading doubts. Not loud enough for words, loud enough for fear. Three knocks, quick, urgent.
Everybody
"On your
up.
feet," a voice said. "Prove you belong here." I opened my eyes all the way. Tomorrow was already here.